910 Big 550 KTRS. Charles D'Angelo is a weight loss coach to the stars, as well as me. And once a month he comes in to inspire us, to give us helpful hints. And sometimes he brings along friends with remarkable stories. And Charles D'Angelo, weight loss coach to the stars, welcome back to the Big 550 KTRS.
Thanks for having us. I'm even more pleased to bring Dave McCausland, my client who's lost now a total of almost 170 pounds in just a year.
All right. Dave McCausland, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
What do you weigh currently?
Well, currently, I think on Charles's scale, it's about 214 right now.
Okay, we'll go with Charles's numbers.
Yeah.
214. Okay. When you started this, how much did you weigh?
About 390.
And here's the deal. All of it's through just healthy eating, consistent exercise, but most importantly, the right mindset. There's no pills, there's no shots, there's no drops, there's no surgeries, there's no lap band.
There's no
nothing.
3 tablespoons 3 hours before you fall asleep?
Nothing that's magical or mystical about this whatsoever. It's all just consistency.
Right. All right. Dave, how old are you?
I am 28.
28 years old. You're 27 years old. You weighed 390 pounds. You were working at Dairy Queen at the time?
At the time, Dairy Queen was more like my college job.
Okay.
Before that, after Dairy Queen, I was able to get into art teaching, but then the lovely 2008 Great Recession came in and decided to take care of that. So I did subbing, and I also would do temp work for the place I'm working at now, the Rojo Group.
You don't start off at 390 pounds. You get there over time. What was the straw that broke the camel's back that said, I'm doing something about my weight?
Well, I'd have to say there were several different things that kind of led to it. I mean, certain physical things had become embarrassing. Tying my shoes, I'd have to kind of, pull my own foot up into my lap to tie my shoe. That's a bit embarrassing. Stairs were not fun anymore. Probably one of the more humorous ones, I like to do costumes and dress up and go to conventions.
He goes like Comic-Con,
sure.
Wizard World that's coming to St. Louis.
And so I tried to do Doctor Who one year, the one with the long scarf and the long coat, under the idea that maybe I could hide some of my size under all this.
Right.
And, I don't know what I was thinking, but as I was walking down the street, a gentleman behind me just stops, snaps his fingers. I know who that guy is. He's Uncle Buck. And so
John Candy.
Yeah, so that was kind of the first moment where I'm like, maybe I really should.
Dave, how mean are people to somebody who is 390 pounds?
I have to say, for me, my story is a little different because it was harder in middle school, but as I got older and more into high school, I would get more active in, like, I was a drama club person and choir, and I was actually, I would say, pretty popular in high school. So in that, I didn't get a whole lot of that in high school. It's just, and I had that group of support through my clubs. That was great, and,
Sure.
I loved that.
Which can be helpful and hurtful because sometimes that acceptance can lead to even more bad choices.
Exactly. I mean, I was having that acceptance, no one's going to make fun of me here. But then after high school ended, though, that support kind of went away, and that's when I'd say I started gaining even more weight.
More isolated.
Exactly, and more isolated in college.
Take me through, before you met Charles, take me through, would you sit and eat a box of donuts? Would you eat a bag of M&Ms? I mean, how did you get to be 390 pounds?
I'd probably say my worst thing was just, it was so simple to just, go and grab something from someplace.
Being spontaneous rather than strategic.
Exactly, and I wouldn't say I'm like a horrible emotional lever, like, oh gosh, I'm so depressed, I gotta get this. It was just, if I was having a bad day, food made it better, and if I was having a good day, food made it great.
Right.
And
did you feel guilty after you had the big meal?
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's me. When I cheat and I'm do something bad, I'm starving, and it's like heroin. It talks to me, and then after I eat it, I'm like, why did I eat that? I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? That's
both the pain and the guilt of making the wrong choice.
Yeah.
So I think the key for Dave is he's really shifted his philosophy from an attitude of being totally spontaneous with his habits to being totally strategic. And not only did he reverse the issue he had with food, but he also adopted an entirely new way of living with exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now there are people listening to this who are overweight. Maybe not as overweight as you were,
Mm-hmm.
but still want to lose 20, 30, 50, 60, 100 pounds, whatever it may be. What would you recommend to them?
Really, when it got down to it, I had just been so fed up for a while, and just it got to the point. It's like, I have to make a change. It's really no ifs, ands, or buts. So finally, and I wasn't in the greatest of places. So finally, I just finally said, "Hey, the pity party's over.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
I'm done." So I just said,
Right.
let's do it. And that was it. It was nothing to it but to do it finally.
And
at
it's
that point.
so simple.
And Charles's workouts,
Mm-hmm.
walking on the treadmill.
Yep.
Hadn't exercised much before, right?
No.
But yet you found yourself going to the gym every day, walking 35, 40 minutes a day.
Well, not to the gym. I got my own treadmill actually, but
He made it
yes,
more convenient for himself.
exactly.
And then eating, did you find his program easy to follow? Did you find it difficult?
I wouldn't say I found it difficult. I'll say I've probably eaten more green beans in the last year than I've probably tripled my lifetime quota in the past year. But after that, though, it took away like the emotional attachment for it, which was probably what I needed.
And were you hungry at all, Dave?
Oh no.
Yeah.
And that's a big misconception people have, is they think that when they start eating right, they're going to be starving or they're going to be ravenous and they're going to feel pulled toward the very thing they're trying to avoid. When in reality, when you nourish your body with the right things, you totally negate that insatiable hunger that you may have had on another plan. Because when you're eating right and you're exercising consistently, and you're making sure you're giving your body everything it needs, hunger is irrelevant. You're just always
like
feeding the body.
It's like smoking. Very few times in a smoker's life are you smoking because you're actually jonesing for a cigarette. You're actually smoking because you're bored, because you're sitting in traffic, because you got nothing else to do. Oh, a friend's going to smoke. Oh, I'm having a couple of drinks. Only one or two of those cigarettes, maybe in a week or a month, did you actually enjoy and were jonesing for. Kind of like food, right? You would eat because I'm bored. I'm getting gas. I might as well get a candy bar. I'll get a Snickers. I'll get this. I'll get that. And all of a sudden, you're overweight. Where was your refuel night of choice?
My refuel night of choice.
Yeah.
Really though, I would have to say when I started, I wasn't the biggest steak fan, and
Right.
now we like to make our own at our house. So yeah.
Part of the fun of the whole
Steak,
deal.
baked potato,
Yeah.
salad, bread.
Good for you.
All
All
for
right,
food.
Dave, thank you very much for telling your story. For those who've been watching online, stltoday.com and on KTRS.com, we've been showing pictures of you at 390 and you pictures now, so they can get a sense of and see. And
Just a radical transformation.
we will post it online and on Facebook and everything else, so people can see. But it's a testament. Congratulations. I know what it's like to drag yourself off the couch to go to the treadmill, but you know what? The results are nothing short of amazing. Are you done losing?
I would say I'm done losing now. We're starting to
Maintenance?
Learn how to maintain
starting to
more.
learn we're testing the shallow waters into maintenance right now.
I always tell people this is a journey without a finish line. As soon as you start to put a finish line on this, that's when it's over.
Yeah.
There is no finish line. This is a lifelong destination type of
Charles
plan.
D'Angelo, people want to know how to get a hold of you. How do they get a
My
hold of you?
website's charlesdangelo.com, and the phone number is 314-495-3228, charlesdangelo.com.
And the book,
Think and Grow Thin, and it's doing very, very well. It's been out now almost 2 years, and it's still, Barnes & Noble just called the other day because they were out of a shipment and they need another shipment. So they're doing really, really well.
Was vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry for your shake choice?
Actually, I preferred the chocolate powder, but I would add the strawberry, so it was kind
Ooh.
of like a chocolate strawberry.
that.
Interesting. I'm a vanilla guy.
I got you.
And I just want to get across again that it's all just healthy eating and regular exercise. There's no pills, there's no drops, there's no nothing. Anyone can do it.
CharlesD'Angelo.com. Charles, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
Great story. Congrats. 9:19, 9:20 here, Big 550.